What's up, guys? Superman Onyx here. Hey, Russell Fit, one of the newest, baddest workouts out there right now. Now, yes, the word wrestling is in it, and I'm providing a wrestling ring, but you won't be wrestling. You won't be doing the headlocks or the slams or the spine busters that I do. Yeah, but what you will be doing is everything that we do to get ready to get in the ring, from kettlebell swings to slam balls to flipping tires to hitting tires to doing Olympic weightlifting movements. Guys, you don't want to miss out on this. Russell Fit is the way to go. Get you a little bit of everything. Hope to see you soon.
Do you have kids? Looking for a fun, inviting way to wear them out and help them stay healthy and fit? Then look no further, my friends. WrestleFit Jr. is exactly what you're looking for. Certified personal trainer and pro wrestler Superman Onyx will treat your mini you to a fitness program like no other. With exercises like running the ropes to tire flips, and combining healthy eating habits and personal accountability, your child will earn the conditioning of a pro wrestler without the bumps. Stop by the Now Training Center at 625 Eastgate Parkway, Blacklick, Ohio 43004, or visit WrestleFitJr.com on Facebook for class schedules and book an appointment today.
Hey, what's up, guys? Superman Onyx here. Russell Fit, one of the newest, baddest workouts out there right now. Now, yes, the word wrestling is in it, but you won't be wrestling. You won't be doing the headlocks or the slams or the spine busters that I do. Yeah, but what you will be doing is everything that we do to get ready to get in the ring, from kettlebell swings to slam balls to flipping tires to hitting tires to doing Olympic weightlifting movements. Guys, you don't want to miss out on this. Russell Fit is the way to go. Gives you a little bit of everything. Hope to see you soon.
Going on, Buckle Brigade. We are here for another Off the Wall Tuesday, and it's just me. It's just me today, and that's all right. The boys have, work and family obligations to hold on to. So, Logan, Travis, I'm going to try to do the very best I can. I mean, we're already started off swimmingly by starting almost 45 minutes late due to technical difficulties, but that's a story for another day, I would suppose. A little bit of a special edition here on To The Turnbuckle today. Since we got the Tuesday Night Wars going on, I figured we should go ahead and do previews of NXT and AEW's Title Tuesday. We don't do those very often, so that's why I said it's going to be a little bit of a different show. Yeah, we do our predictions and stuff, and then Prediction Palooza and all that, but we don't really dive into stuff. So we're going to preview NXT and AEW Dynamite's Title Tuesday this evening, and it's going to be an absolute blast, I would say. Hopefully. We are live on YouTube, probably. I don't know, I'm just assuming it's still working because nothing told me it's not still working. So I'm trying to share this out to the, hundreds of Snapmare Productions fans and everybody out there. So we're also going to be talking about Fastlane. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. So we got kind of a packed show here today, and I'm trying to fly it solo, and I'm going to make it as entertaining as possible. If I had access to music, this is what my soundtrack to today would be. It would be all Ice Nine Kills. I don't know what it is about Ice Nine Kills. Maybe it's the horror movie vibe, and I love all these movies that they make songs about. But Jason's mom Your Number's Up, Love Bites, Ex Mortis, Farewell to Flesh, Rainy Day, Me, Myself, and Hyde. And thank God it's Friday. If I could play it for you guys, I would. Go to your music app, check that out. As we're going to commercial, watch our commercials, put Ice Nine Kills in the background. It really sets the tone for something. I'm not quite sure. Some people think I'm a strange fellow, so use that information with what you will, but I do very much love Ice Nine Kills right now. But I guess we'll just dive right into it as I struggle to share this enough with everyone. It's going to be a blast flying solo today. It's great. It's great. No, but it's no big deal. We're going to have a good time. Talk about Raw, talk about Fastlane, running the ropes, as always, will make its return. So we're going to have a good-ass show.
His friend Triple H.
What'd you say?
His friend Triple H.
So you can talk about the new era, but it doesn't matter to me because I know what you really want. And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you what you crave right now. Tonight, I give you the gift of Jericho. Drink it in, man.
Drink it in. I love my sound effects out there, Buckle Brigade. So we're just going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to talk about Fastlane. The Fastlane premium live event that transpired there during the weekend on Saturday night. But you know what? I almost forgot. Actually, I forgot because I was moving on to the next thing. Welcome once again, the Loss of Down podcast, to the Bruiser Nation Podcast Network, a division of Snapmare Productions. We very much enjoy listening and hanging out with the boys of Loss of Down. I got their Instagram socials right down there for you. The Twitter ones will pop up here shortly. And they really know their stuff. They're really passionate about football. They really dive into a few teams. Sometimes it's the big time game, and other times it's what we all love, by the fans for the fans. It's about their favorite teams and how frustrated they are or how happy they are. So there was their Twitter. We'll put them back up again because we got time to kill. No, we do not have time to kill. Actually, we have all kinds of stuff that we need to get done today. And of course, it wouldn't be right to just share out the Loss of Down, guys. We got our To The Turnbuckle socials out there too. If you watch the intro, I don't know if that thing's working. I might need to rehash that intro because was it choppy for you? Because it was choppy for me. Let me know in the chat if it was choppy for you, because it's choppy for me and I don't know what's going on. So maybe I just need to re-export that baby and do a little bit more editing. Nice view of our socials. And now we are going to go into WWE Fastlane. Racing sounds and everything. Not here. I didn't get them on the Roadcaster, so that's my bad. I didn't even think about it. But they have really gone right in, or dove right in, really, with a lot of these sponsors. Slim Jim, LA Knight got to drive a car. They had that Pizza Hut promo where Michael Cole and Corey Graves got to eat, and I do believe he said the production's going to yell at me for this. But all in all, I'd give it probably 4.5 buckle bombs. There wasn't really... I was entertained. There were a few things that I wouldn't have done, but other than that, it was a pretty entertaining show. So we'll dive right into the brand new, undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. This is one of those that I was not really a fan of. I would have much rather Judgment Day retained the championships. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully, our good pal in the Marks chat, John Sterniker, is right, and this does enhance the story. I just don't know how this enhances the story between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Yeah, it's an excuse to get them on SmackDown, but does the draft even matter? They've made it pretty clear that you can kind of just do whatever you want when you want. Does it make him and Jay closer? Sure, but they were already friends, so I don't think that was the right call. I think Judgment Day should have kept those championships. It was a hell of a match. Like, I'm not trying to like bitch and moan because I'm not mad about it, because hopefully if anybody watched their version of their pre-show, post-show, whatever the hell they call it, for lack of a better term, they were pretty entertaining. They were funny as hell when they were drunk. So hopefully we get kind of like an Adam Cole, MJF kind of a thing where they're entertaining as hell and we can't not watch it. But we'll have to just wait and see. Like I said, I don't see how it furthers Cody Rhodes' story, and we'll dive a little bit more into that when we talk about Raw, because Michael Cole said a few things that really felt like it was coming from the fans, like what's going on. So we'll dive a little bit more into that. But overall, really good match. I like how they lost. Like, there was a mistake from JD McDonagh hitting Damian Priest in the knee. So it wasn't like a terrible loss. I thought the match was really good. It was just, I wouldn't have done the finish that way. Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, and Carlito defeated Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, as I lovingly call them Street Business. WWE, please listen, it writes itself. You take the Street Profits and you take the Hurt Business and you chop the back off of Street Profits and the front off of Hurt Business, and we put them together, and it's Street Business. I almost said it wrong anyway. I mean, that goes on I would say that goes on a t-shirt. Let me know in the chat if I'm crazy or not. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But I think you just need to name them. Cool that Carlito's back, but does Carlito really need a pinfall over? You're trying to build this heel team here. What are we doing? Why? What is going on? I don't understand why they had to go this route. Like, I'm glad they have a plan for Carlito, but I think they still should have lost. Carlito should have came out at the beginning and been there for the entire match instead of the route they went. I mean, sometimes wrestling's predictable and it is what it is, but that's exactly what everybody, it's like, oh, Carlito's coming, because they started off down 3-2, and Rey Mysterio never says die, and you can't keep him down, and then all of a sudden Carlito comes out, and you have yourself a quick hurrah, nice pop for Carlito, and he gets a big victory on his return. But I think that it does more harm than good in the long term for Street Business. They need to be beating people, especially if Bobby Lashley is there. I mean, yeah, the smaller, the least muscular one, Montez Ford, did take the pinfall. So that's a little bit better, because Carlito looked in phenomenal shape. He wasn't in shape like that when he was around the first time. So he looked absolutely amazing. But at the same time, if he would have beat Dawkins or Lashley, it would have been even worse. I'd probably be bitching and moaning and complaining, even though I am bitching and moaning and complaining, because why in the hell are the Street Business taking losses on premium live events? They're just getting started. They've been around for a month. Rey Mysterio is established. Carlito is established. It's not going to hurt either one of them to take the L as long as Carlito comes out at the same time with the rest of the LWO at the beginning of the match, or at least after. Have Rey and the rest of the LWO come out, and then after they come out, Carlito comes out. You don't put the Street Business in this position. They always do this with Bobby Lashley, and they did it with the Hurt Business. This same thing. They run roughshod until it's important, and then, oh, damn, something happened, and oh, well. So what are we doing? How is this building the street business? I'm going to say it till it gets over, and when it gets over, I'm going to go, yes, I told you so. Even if they had this plan 6 months ago, I told you so, because nobody outside of that company knew what was going on. It's street business. Call them the street business. It's fine. It'll be fun. Make them dominant like they should be. I don't understand. They beat everybody until it matters. They got beat. Bobby Lashley got in their face. And they went and beat people down and got aggressive. And they were aggressive in that 6-man tag on Saturday. But you can't make that decision. I think that hurts the street business. And just the easiest way to not do that is to have Carlito come out right after Ray and Santos Escobar do. It just, it bothers me. Try to get behind street business. The Street Profits I've been a fan of forever. Bobby Lashley I've been a fan of forever. They did the same crap with the Hurt Business. Can we please just push them to the moon? I don't understand. If you want them to be a group, push them. LWO's established as a group. They could have handled the loss. It's not going to hurt anybody. Now, I do agree with this next call. WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky defeated Charlotte Flair and Asuka in one hell of a match. That might have been like the overall, if you look at positive impact, how the match went, the story the women told, and the victor. This probably is the match of the night. Definitely didn't get pops of the night, but I think this was the match of the night. Didn't need gimmicks. It didn't need anything. I'm not saying Seth and Nakamura did, but hands down, the best wrestling match of the evening has to go to the Women's Championship match between Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Asuka. Those three women went at it and back and forth, and it was absolutely fantastic. It's what you expect from all of them. And more. They over-delivered. They did way more than we thought they were going to. And thank God Io Sky won. You can't take the title from her right now. You got to keep pushing and make her the star that she can be. So I'm glad that Io Sky is still the women's champion, defeating Charlotte Flair and Asuka. I mean, Charlotte Flair, one of the greatest women's champions of all time. Asuka is right up there with her as far as skill and everything else. And I do believe she pinned Charlotte. And I know that counter when she did that moonsault when Charlotte had her in the figure eight, had Asuka in the figure eight. That looked like it hurt. But hats off to Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Asuka for one hell of a women's championship match. I really didn't know who was going to win as we were going through the motions and telling the story and building and building and building. And I was pleasantly surprised that they have stuck with Io Sky and given her the chance to take the ball and run with it. Keep it going. Keep Bayley as a friend. Keep pushing them all together. Bayley can be a fantastic, already established, been multiple time champion. Now she wants her friends to get that same level of notoriety and flowers, if you will, and championships and bigger checks and bigger spots on the card. That's what you should be doing if you're a friend anyway. So it makes sense whether you're a heel or a face. Friends are friends. You want your friends to succeed while you succeed. Plus that keeps them with you longer. That can help you succeed in the future, because it's like, hey, I helped you out. You gotta keep helping me out. Tit for tat, if you will. Following that, John Cena and LA Knight defeat the Bloodline, the team of Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. This I agree with as well, but it's also another reason why I don't think Cody and Jay should have won either, because we had all these people thrown together winning matches, and it's wild. I don't understand. I like that John Cena got beat up the whole time. That was really smart, a really good way to not only have the crowd just dying to see LA Knight come out and try to tag in and try to win the matchup for him and John Cena. So it worked out really well. The old Hogan way of doing it. Your entrance is huge, then you get beat up for a while. So they really got the crowd into it. The crowd was begging to have LA Knight come in, make that hot tag, and make the save. Really good matchup. They all meshed really well together. As long as we get John Cena and he's doing stuff like this, I'll take it. He's helping guys get over. He knows, he can tell how big LA Knight is going to be. And so he just goes ahead and helps put LA Knight over each and every time they share the ring together. I almost want to see them wrestle each other. That would not be a bad consolation for LA Knight, seeing as how he's probably number 3 or 4 at this point as far as winning the championship. But who knows? They could just go ahead and realize what they have with him, and he could be the one to beat Roman. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. But stranger things have happened in this crazy-ass world of professional wrestling. But last and not least, the World Heavyweight Championship last man standing match between Seth freaking Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. Where do I start? Well, first, I know where I'm going to start, and I really wish I had one of my fellow cohorts here so I could kind of bitch about it, because I'm not going to bitch about the safety. I don't mind that Seth Rollins fell on a crash pad or a mattress or whatever it was. Don't care. Protect them. That's totally fine. Spectacular but safe. That's totally fine with me. Totally fine. But that's when you see, even if they try not to be tribalistic, that's where you see the tribalism, because every time we have seen the crash pad or a big pile of boxes a la Chris Jericho and the first Bad Blood, the internet, IWC, and a few people that sit with me on this desk bitch and complain that we saw it. You know what happened Saturday? Crickets. Nobody. It was obvious, but nobody bitched, moaned, and complained that Seth Rollins took a bump on a crash pad. But if that was AEW, people would be freaking out, and that's what pisses me off about everybody and their tribalism. Everybody freaks out when it's AEW, but when it's something this similar in WWE, they just, oh, no, it's fine. So make up your damn mind. Bitch about it or don't. Don't bitch about it over here, but no, it's fine over here. It's like, the referees that we like to bitch about. How are you going to call this but not call that? Be consistent. You have decided to make rules for professional wrestlers that you watch on TV. Stay consistent with the rules that you set. Anyway, they beat the shit out of each other in this last man standing match. I am not upset at all about the quality of matchup. I think they killed the story they were telling, because this whole month they've been telling the story of Seth Rollins, his back is hurt and all broken and fused together, or however bad they put it. Shinsuke spent the whole month whooping his ass, working the back. He took a bunch of bumps on his back. He took that one that I was talking about on the crash pad. He took the one off the ladder, and there's a whole bunch of them throughout. It was a really good match, but it's like, what are we doing? Why did we tell the story of Seth Rollins' hurt back? Shinsuke's the only one that knew, other than Becky and the doctors. Shinsuke figured it out, used it to his advantage, used it to his advantage, while playing the mind games at the same time. So he was leading up to this match. He was physically not only in better shape than Seth Rollins, but had his number physically leading up to this match. Mentally had his number leading up to this match. And yet again, Shinsuke Nakamura does not get the chance to take the ball and run with it. Everything was working. His Japanese promos with the subtitles were working. They were working. He knows enough English to smatter some English into a promo in the middle of the ring. I don't understand why you are not using Shinsuke Nakamura even as a transitional champion to give Seth Rollins a break. I'm sure he doesn't want one. Most wrestlers don't. But if he's really hurt, because he said he was, like legit said he's been hurt for years, bro, you can take a break. It's okay. Like, we won't forget you, I promise. Like, it's cool. It's cool if you come back and are right back in the world title picture. That's cool, man. It's fine. You're allowed to take a break. You're also allowed to not. So, not bitching at Seth Rollins, not complaining that he won't take time off to heal if he's really hurt. However, why are you telling this story to have this payoff? This is not the payoff for the story that you told. It's very similar to Cody Rhodes winning the WWE Tag Team Championships. That is not the payoff for the story that you are trying to tell. That is not finishing the story. And I really don't care what anybody says. I don't see how this makes that any more interesting than if they weren't tag team champions. This talking about Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. I don't understand how that makes bigger issues with Roman. That Cody and Roman already have issues. Jey Uso and Cody are already friends. You don't need him to go over to SmackDown and start ramping up the story right now for WrestleMania. There are months left of the year. All you have to do is have Cody win the Royal Rumble again, because why not? We haven't had a 3-time winner, I think, since Austin. And it would only make Cody a 2-time winner at that point. There's no reason why I see that Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso won, and I don't understand why Seth Rollins beat Shinsuke. I don't. Tell me I'm wrong. At me on Twitter at Bruiser Nation PR and at J Bruiser McCarthy. Chat right now with me. Let me know. Like, I don't see how it furthers that story, and then you ruined this story between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura because of how you went about it and had this finish. You could have done almost anything. Like, it's not a big deal if your plucky baby face that never says die stays down at 10. Like, I don't see how that would have hurt Seth Rollins. So I don't see why you make that call, or don't tell this fucking story at all. Don't bring up the bad back. Don't bring it up. What was the point? Especially, because I'll dip into Raw for a second, especially when you come out from a last man standing match and you are totally fine. Totally fine. Dude, it's been 2 days. Not even, because you were in the main event of the premium live event that ended at like 11. So that's one full day, Sunday night at 11. He doesn't like football, so he probably got enough rest. And then he's back on TV at 8 o'clock. That's not even 48 hours, and you're fine? Say what you will about the AEW style, but at least they're a little bit beat up after big-ass matches like this. Sometimes they take a week off to sell that they're hurt. Now, do they need to sell more during matches? Sure. That would be fantastic. But maybe WWE needs to start working on selling the aftermath of their matches. It's been a minute. Like, and they did it with the Mist. Like, that's another reason why Shinsuke should have won. He misted him. In the AEW, that shit's lethal. People have to have eye patches, take time off. In WWE, it's just another thing at this point. Ever since, I think the last time it mattered was Bianca, because of how she sold it. Nobody else wants to sell it that way? Then why are we doing it? If we can't use it to the most of its potential, why are we using it? He could have punched him in the face, quick jab to the jaw, and had the same effect for that fall. It's mind-numbingly ridiculous sometimes how, we have to have them perceived a certain way. Bro, we're all in on the joke. It's fine. Like, the kids might not be in on the joke, but we're all in on the joke at this point. Can we just do things that make sense? Make it make sense. Tell me how any of the things that I bitched about from Fastlane, which, like I said, 4.5, nitpicky because I had things to bitch about, thought it was a fantastic show. 4.5 buckle bombs out of 5. But there were just some things that I just did not like at all, and it hurt that score. So tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm crazy. While I take a break before we go into the Tuesday Night Wars.
Hey, what's up, guys? Superman Onyx here. Hey, Russell Fit, one of the newest, baddest workouts out there right now. Now, yes, the word wrestling is in it, and I'm providing wrestling ring. Hey, what's up, guys? Superman Onyx here. Hey, Russell Fit, one of the newest, baddest workouts out there right now. Now, yes, the word wrestling is in it, and I'm providing wrestling ring, but you won't be wrestling. You won't be doing the headlocks or the slams or the spine busters that I do. Yeah. But what you will be doing is everything that we do to get ready to get in the ring, from kettlebell swings to slam balls to flipping tires to hitting tires to doing Olympic weightlifting movements. Guys, you don't want to miss out on this. Russell Fit is the way to go. Get you a little bit of everything. Hope to see you soon.
Do you have kids? Looking for a fun, inviting way to wear them out and help them stay healthy and fit? Then look no further, my friends. WrestleFit Jr. is exactly what you're looking for. Certified personal trainer and pro wrestler Superman Onyx will treat your mini you to a fitness program like no other. With exercises like running the ropes to tire flips and combining healthy eating habits and personal accountability, your child will earn the conditioning of a pro wrestler without the bumps. Stop by the Now Training Center at 625 Eastgate Parkway, Blacklick, Ohio 43004, or visit WrestleFitJr.com on Facebook for class schedules and book an appointment today.
Hey, what's up, guys? Superman Onyx here. Russell Fit, one of the newest, baddest workouts out there right now. Now, yes, the word wrestling is in it, but you won't be wrestling. You won't be doing the headlocks or the slams or the spine busters that I do. Yeah. But what you will be doing is everything that we do to get ready to get in the ring, from kettlebell swings to slam balls to flipping tires to hitting tires to doing Olympic weightlifting movements. Guys, you don't want to miss out on this. WrestleFit is the way to go. Gives you a little bit of everything. Hope to see you soon. Hey, what's up, guys? Superman Onyx here. Hey, WrestleFit, one of the newest, baddest workouts out there right now. Now, yes, the word wrestling is in it, and now I'm providing a wrestling ring, but you won't be wrestling. You won't be doing the headlocks or the slams or the spine busters that I do. Yeah, but what you will be doing is everything that we do to get ready to get in the ring, from kettlebell swings to slam balls to flipping tires to hitting tires to doing Olympic weightlifting movements. Guys, you don't want to miss out on this. WrestleFit is the way to go. Gives you a little bit of everything. Hope to see you soon. Hey, what's up, guys? Superman Onyx here. Hey, WrestleFit, one of the newest, baddest workouts out there right now. Now, yes, the word wrestling is in it, and now I'm providing a wrestling ring, but you won't be wrestling. You won't be doing the headlocks or the slams or the spine busters that I do. Yeah, but what you will be doing is everything that we do to get ready to get in the ring, from kettlebell swings to slam balls to flipping tires to hitting tires to doing Olympic weightlifting movements. Guys, you don't want to miss out on this. WrestleFit is the way to go. Gives you a little bit of everything. Hope to see you soon.
Do you have kids? Looking for a fun, inviting way to wear them out and help them stay healthy and fit? Then look no further, my friends. WrestleFit Jr. is exactly what you're looking for. Certified personal trainer and pro wrestler Superman Onyx will treat your mini you to a fitness program like no other. With exercises like running the ropes to tire flips and combining healthy eating habits and personal accountability, your child will earn the conditioning of a pro wrestler without the bumps. Stop by the Now Training Center at 625 Eastgate Parkway, Blacklick, Ohio 43004, or visit WrestleFitJunior.com on Facebook for class schedules and book an appointment today.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Buckle Brigade? We are back for our another run at the Tuesday Night War. It was Wednesday Night War last time. It was Monday Night Wars back when I was a youngster, but now we have the Tuesday Night War between WWE NXT and AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it. I thoroughly enjoy counter programming. Like, it's fantastic. They are throwing everything, and I mean everything, at each other. So I'm totally down for that. I have the match cards. We're going to go ahead and start with AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. Now, they do have a buy-in match, I guess, on YouTube. So they're really going kind of all in. Well, first of all, both NXT and AEW Dynamite are going commercial-free for the first half an hour. But before that, we got the buy-in match between Eddie Kingston and Minoru Suzuki for both the Ring of Honor World Championship and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. That's going to be a banger. Those two have strong style all over them. They work really, really tight, I guess, is a good word for it. It's not stiff. They work very tight. Looking forward to that. We're going to try to watch that one. Now, we're also going to try, if the internet agrees with us, because I don't even know if it seems like this is working, but we did have technical difficulties there at 5 o'clock, which is why we didn't start till after 5:30. We are going to try to do a live watch-along of Title Tuesday. That's why we're going to end today's show at 7 in about 42 minutes, just so I have some time to get some food, relax a little bit before we dive into AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. Looks like we're kicking off the show with Powerhouse Hobbs and Chris Jericho. Another fine example of Chris Jericho doing what's best for business. He's probably going to lose to Powerhouse Hobbs, and that is okay. Powerhouse Hobbs is finally going to get that push that we've all been waiting for him to get, as long as they don't take him off TV again, which I highly doubt, because when you're involved with Don Callis, you tend to be on TV a lot. So, cool. I'll take it. Keep pushing Powerhouse Hobbs. He is a menace. He's a killer. Sorry, folks, I had to sneeze. And he should be pushed that way. He's like, he seems like strong, like Mark Henry. He can move around. He's just one of those guys that they should have been pushing this entire time. But it's all right. Let's push him. Let's see what happens, and hopefully this. Not only this pairing with Don Callis, but this match tonight with Chris Jericho really gets Powerhouse Hobbs where all of us fans of AEW kind of know he should be right now. I'll take it. I'm really looking forward to that match. Plus, it furthers. They keep furthering the story. You know, he just showed up last week, so it makes sense. He beat up Chris Jericho. It makes sense that he would wrestle Chris Jericho first, as his first match under the Don Callis family banner. And you know what? I want him to have 12 people in that group, because he did it. He made me want that to happen, because he's got that Last Supper painting and he keeps putting faces on it. He's got to have a total of 12, right? Right? That would make sense. Probably. Sure. Why not? It'll be fun. Maybe, or terrible. One or the other. We're not sure when you get that many people involved, but if you spread them out between the shows, so you're not just trying to take over Dynamite, you're trying to take over Collision. The only one common thing is Don Callis. Everybody else kind of take over and crush from all sides. Jay White versus Hangman Page, that's going to be a banger. Jay White may be doing some of the best work of his career right now, because he's definitely more character focused right now than he has been in the past, I would say, especially running and taking MJF's heavyweight championship belt. Fantastic, by the way. It's been a while since we had a good belt steal. Like, we've had people steal belts, but they get it back real quick. I like that Jay White is like, no, this is mine. I'm just going to go ahead and carry this now. It's mine at Full Gear anyway. It's a foregone conclusion. I mean, it's similar to Christian, but it's slightly different. So I like the belt steal. But Hangman Page is going to be trying to get back on track after Swerve Strickland beat him at Wrestle Dream. Jay White is on a winning streak. I think Hangman Page goes on a losing streak. I said this a few weeks ago. I think a lot of these guys, other than the Young Bucks, maybe, are really trying to go back burner style and still be there, still be a big part of the product. But the young guys that are going to be the future, 4 or 5 years from now, are getting pushes now, so that they can return the favor in 4 or 5 years, and they're doing the same thing. So I'm going to say Jay White, even though he's a veteran just like Hangman Page as far as AEW time goes, Jay White really needs to be the focal point. Bullet Club Gold is on a roll right now. I think Jay White takes that one, and the aforementioned Swerve Strickland, because whose house is it? It's Swerve's house, damn it. Every single time he's on TV, it is Swerve's house. I'll never, I was watching Wrestle Dream. My son came down, and he saw the version of the Shining Wizard that Swerve Strickland does, and he was like, oh, damn. He makes it look so good. That's one of the things I love about Swerve Strickland. It's all about the little things that Swerve does, and he's in the role, or on the run of his career. I cannot wait to see him and Bryan Danielson go at it. I can't even tell you who's going to win. I want to say Swerve, but I mean, it's Daniel Bryan's swan song until he leaves. So that's kind of a toss up, and I don't really think it matters. It doesn't hurt Swerve Strickland to lose to Bryan Danielson, but it would do a lot more if he won. So I'm pulling for Swerve Strickland to defeat Bryan Danielson. But since Christian Cage is the TNT champion and it is for a shot at the TNT championship, it's probably going to be Danielson that takes the victory so we can have a heel versus face dynamic, and Christian's a jerk. So it works out well. Saraya will be wrestling Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's World Championship. This is going to be a hell of a banger. I think Saraya really got into her own as far as what she wanted to portray herself in the ring as right around All In. So I think this is going to be a really good match. Hikaru Shida, you can always trust to have good matches. I'm kind of glad they're moving her away from Britt Baker. I don't think that was working because they were going for a little feud between the two, and it just wasn't working. So I'm glad hopefully they have gone ahead and moved away from that, unless Britt Baker comes out to try to help Shida and ends up costing her the world championship. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Rey Fenix gives Jon Moxley his rematch for the International Championship. I mean, this is another toss-up for me. Like, I want to see where Rey Fenix can take it. It's not going to hurt Jon Moxley to lose, like, straight up. We all know he wasn't supposed to lose at Wrestle Dream. I think Rey Fenix has done a great job. It's not the end of the world if they give it to Mox, because I'm pretty sure they did the same thing when the man formerly known as Edge, Adam Copeland, first won his Intercontinental Championship. It was by a mistake, and I do think that a few weeks later, Jeff Jarrett beat me. Jeff Jarrett or Adam Copeland. Can you tell me that? I'm sure there's some wrestling fans out there, but it'd be really cool if one of them told me that I was crazy. But I think that's what happened. So it's not a huge deal. I kind of see Jon Moxley taking this one, get back on track what they were trying to do before the concussion and the miscommunication and all of this, that, and the other that happened during their international championship match at Wrestle Dream. And finally, for the main event, more than likely, of AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday, the in-ring debut of Adam Copeland taking on Christian Cage's protege, Luchasaurus. This is going to be fantastic. Edge likes working with people like this. You say Undertaker, he had a great run wrestling against The Undertaker. They had a great feud. Edge likes wrestling monsters, especially monsters with character. So we'll see, because, Luchasaurus is Luchasaurus. He's basically a dinosaur. He acts as human. He acts as dinosaur as possible as a human can be, almost. So, and like I said last week, or probably the week before, this tells me how good Luchasaurus is. I've been a supporter of his since the first time I saw him. He just has it. He's got the look. He's got the character down. It's just a building process, just like The Undertaker was, just like Kane was. It's going to be a building process, but at some point in time, he's going to be that type of monster where he runs roughshod over everybody. He might only hold the world championship 1, 2, or 3 times. But when he is involved, it's going to be epic and amazing. There are going to be great things for him, but tonight is not his night. Adam Copeland's debut matchup, there'd have to be all kinds of shenanigans for Luchasaurus to come out with the victory. I'm predicting right there that Adam Copeland will defeat Luchasaurus in his debut match, ending the show on a high note. Probably. Or because, Tony Khan's already advertised a run over, probably not a good note. He might win, but things might go down. Because we got a lot of people not helping people lately, and a couple of companies. It's wild. as we move forward with the Bruise Cruise edition of To The Turnbuckle, we are going to preview NXT before we move forward into other aspects of the show, like, I don't know, running the ropes. One of my favorite segments. It's not just because I made the graphics, I promise. First thing, we all heard it. If we watched the premium live event, we all heard it. There was quite the familiar gong noise that we all know and we all love. No matter how long you've been watching wrestling, you hear that gong, you know who that is. Quite possibly that the overrun for NXT will be The Undertaker showing up, quite possibly to squash Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman. We'll just have to wait and see for that one too. See, this is going to be a challenge. Roxana Perez versus Asuka. What an opportunity for Roxana Perez to get a chance to wrestle Asuka. Nobody is ever ready for Asuka. Roxana Perez will probably be no different, but she's going to hang right in there with Asuka. And this is really just trying to prove to the rest of the women's locker room how tough she is. And she can prove that without winning. She can get beat up for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 8 minutes, however long they have. If she gets beat up for the vast majority of this matchup and even does a roll-up and wins, or gets beat by Asuka after multiple near falls and multiple rope breaks of submissions, and maybe Asuka miss her in the face because Asuka's miss matters sometimes, and then takes the victory, it makes her look stronger. So let's go that way. Tyler Bate and the Brawling Brutes versus Gallus in a Pub Rules match. That match is going to be fun. That was a lot of P's and B's all at once. Holy cow. And this all came to be because Gallus attacked Tyler Bate and Butch. And then Ridge Holland had to show up and help. So that's how this match came about. Like, at least like they're throwing all the stars that they possibly can at AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. Cool. Competition. Makes us all better. I love it. But this was very well done. I think this is going to be your brutal, hard-hitting, Irish-style, beat the shit out of each other kind of matchup. I mean, a Pub Rules match. I mean, as far as WWE lets them. It's a different style. They don't let them go as far as maybe AEW might, but it's still going to be one hell of a brawl. And I think I did see before that I went live on the show this evening that Cody Rhodes is going to be making a special announcement and kicking the show off, actually, I do believe. So they're trying to keep... This is really starting to feel like back in the 90s. I mean, you could honestly... I mean, we have enough technology here that I could watch both at the same time if I don't do the watch along, or you switch back and forth if you're at home and you only have one thing. But like, this is definitely that feeling where you were switching back and forth. Like, you might watch the 0 hour with Eddie Kingston and Minoru Suzuki, and then you might flip over real quick to see what Cody Rhodes has to say, and then you might flip over real quick so you can see Powerhouse Hobbs wrestle Chris Jericho. Like, this is going to be wild. Wild. Just wild. Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker. Bringing back an old rivalry from NXT. I like how they put John Cena and Paul Heyman in positions to do nothing, put them, Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker, over. Like, I don't think they'll take anything away from this match. They are going to fully enhance it. They might have some issues on the outside, but that's not going to take away from the match itself. And I heard it on Busted Open today. I do believe that this very well could be a WrestleMania main event in a few years. Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. I'm all here for it. That's going to be a banger. We have two wild banger shows tonight for wrestling fans. Like, this is the best time to be a wrestling fan, just like wrestling. You don't have to love everything that each company does. There is plenty of wrestling to go around for everybody. Every flavor of ice cream is available to you right now in 2023 with prominent companies in professional wrestling. It's wild. What a time to be a fan. I am stupid stoked for tonight and these matches, and we'll just see what happens. I just can't wait. I'm fired up for pro wrestling on a Tuesday. It's wild. I've been fired up for pro wrestling on a Tuesday for a while because I sit here and talk about wrestling for 3 hours on a Tuesday. So it's hard to be all fired up on a Tuesday for the matches that we're going to get to see. Yes, it's going to be fun. I can't wait. I hope the Buckle Brigade is ready for this wild evening of professional wrestling that we are about to have. It's going to be fantastic. And now, without further ado, running the ropes. So PW Insider Elites Mike Johnson recently passed along rumors that WWE have given Levesque 99% of WWE's creative direction, with the word being that Levesque has been knighted by TKO to lead the promotion instead of McMahon, a decision which is said to have had a positive effect on backstage morale, which is almost one of the most important aspects of Triple H controlling most of what goes on the screen. All of these guys have a relationship with Triple H. He wants everyone to, it seemingly wants everybody to succeed. So I think that obviously that has a positive outlook on morale backstage. Now, this does not mean that McMahon is out of the picture, as the longtime WWE figurehead is currently executive chairman of TKO and has remained active within WWE since his return in January. It's believed that McMahon, as long as he's around, will always have some input in WWE, and that an occasional tug of war, in quotes, between himself and Levesque may still pop up now and then, with the chief content officer sometimes acquiescing to McMahon's suggestions. Yeah, that sounds about right. It sounds about everything that we've talked about on this show since all of this craziness happened. I mean, he's gonna... Money don't lie. Money don't lie. They are doing ridiculous sponsorship dollars. They are doing ridiculous ratings. They are doing ridiculous attendance. You don't change a damn thing. So smart by everybody involved right now to just kind of let Triple H have the ball and run with it and see how far he can take it. Hulk Hogan re-signed with the WWE recently, today, maybe, I don't know. I'll pull up the story that Logan shared with me. This is more important to him than any of us. He said, let's see, I still work with WWE all the time. This is Hulk Hogan. I just renewed my deal with them. It's always fun to go out there and maybe I can hang on to one of the wrestlers to get me out to the ring. Hogan also noted that he is up to 900 merchandise licenses. That's a lot of licenses. It's like, damn, bro. Hell yeah, get that money, Hulk. I might not be a Hulkamaniac, but make your money, bro. I do like that he made fun of himself. He can hang on to one of the wrestlers to get out of the ring, so I'll take that. Brian Pillman Jr. is going to get a new name? Why? I don't understand that at all. He's got name value to the older people, and maybe that's why. Who knows? I don't like it. Keep him Brian Pillman Jr. I don't understand. There's name value there. Why take it from him? Cash Wheeler of FTR, the former AEW Tag Team Champions, after getting beat by Big Bill and Ricky Starks on Saturday night's edition of Collision. Yeah, I read those reports too. I'm going to say that is for sure because I don't know. I don't think that Ricky Starks and Big Bill would have won the Tag Team Championships from FTR if Cash wasn't hurt. And it was pretty obvious. Bill took him out of the match pretty quickly on that table on Collision on Saturday. So it's blatantly obvious that there's something wrong with Cash Wheeler some way, shape, or form. He is hurt and he needs a break. Seth, bro, come on. What are you doing? It's cool. You can take a break. It's fine. It's not going to hurt nothing, I promise. CM Punk is reportedly close to re-signing with the WWE. Cool. I don't care. Either way, I really hope it works out if that is what happens and CM Punk does return, probably in Chicago, to the world of the big old E. I truly do hope that it works out this time on both ends. CM Punk can end his career how he wants. WWE can not only make some money, but build younger stars equity in hanging with when losing and hanging with when winning against CM Punk. I have no ill will toward the man. It's fine. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. It happens. At the end of the day, wrestling is a business. Hires don't always work out. It's fine. You don't got to hate the guy. It's cool. It's cool. You don't have to buy his t-shirt either. So, support your favorite wrestlers. Watch the shows they're on. And if you're in the Lancaster area, check out Bob's Backyard Barbecue. Yes, they don't sponsor us. However, they are utterly fantastic and really down-to-earth people. They will sit there and chit-chat with you for like 10, 20 minutes if you want them to. And it's real easy. It's like you've known each other forever. It's fantastic. Just right there on East Main Street, right here in Lancaster, Ohio. It's fantastic. Give them a visit if you're in the area. You will not be disappointed. And that, my friends, was Running the Ropes. All right, let's get to Monday Night Raw. It was a pretty good show last night. I'm not going to lie. I thoroughly enjoyed all of the segments that I saw of Raw. There's not a lot that I wouldn't have done, if you will. Other than, and I promised I would dive into this, other than Seth Rollins having no physical ailments whatsoever when he came. Oh, wait, I did bitch about this. Well, I'm going to bitch about it again because it's stupid. You were in a last man standing match. What are we doing? No tape? No nothing? It's wild to me. All the damage he took leading up to the last man standing match and leading through the match and the table spots and the chair spots and the ladder spots. How are you not at least wrapped up in some way, shape, or form and hurt and holding yourself? Like, I thought he really was. Like, hats off to Seth for circumventing what I thought he was going to do, because the way he started talking about the match last night, it was like, yeah, I'm going to have to relinquish this title, and it is what it is. I need to get surgery, blah, yada, 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 however he wanted to say it. But no, that's not what he said at all. He laughed. He laughed at Shinsuke Nakamura. Fucking laughed at him. Shinsuke needs to go to AEW when his contract is up or go back home to Japan. WWE does not give a shit about him. It is egregious. He's one of the finest professional wrestlers on the planet. You had things that worked with his Japanese promos with English subtitles. It was good television. They're obviously never going to give him a world championship run. Go to AEW, go to New Japan, whenever your contract's up. Fuck that shit. And AJ Styles, too. They both need to get the hell out of there. They're not using either one of them the way that they should be used. It's ridiculous. Like I said, it could have been a nice little transitional month or two championship run. But it just killed any momentum or hope or anything for the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura can be a world heavyweight champion. No one's ever going to believe he's going to win the world heavyweight championship at this point. You built him up perfectly to become the new world heavyweight championship on Raw, and you made a different decision. Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley said enough was enough and got involved between Nia Jax and Raquel Rodriguez. They did not get to finish their matchup. It was an absolute brawl that Nia Jax walked away from the victor, I guess. I mean, Rhea was laid out. Shayna was still standing, but Nia was far away from everybody, looking like she was just waiting to take on more. We'll have to see where this goes. I didn't see anything egregious or unsafe, which is why I said when they reassigned her, give her some time. Maybe she's safer now. Everything comes in time. Everything does. Sometimes people take longer than others, especially when you're large. When you're a big person, it's hard to learn how to do a lot of things in the world of professional wrestling without hurting somebody. It's hard, especially when there's such a drastic level of size. Like Nia Jax is huge against like the Io Skies and stuff, but you put her against Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, now we got some matchups we're talking about. This is going to be awesome. So we'll see. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn came out to interrupt Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, the new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, for no reason whatsoever, and they asked for a match against the new champions, and of course Cody Rhodes obliged. Why wouldn't he? It's Cody Rhodes. Cool. Didn't get me into it. I don't understand. I don't. Why isn't Judgment Day why did Judgment Day not ask for a rematch? Why is Canadian Best Friends coming out and asking for a rematch? It should be the Judgment Days, but okay, sure, it's fine. We'll have them wrestle for a while. It still doesn't further the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns story. I don't care what anybody says. Shortly after, Shinsuke Nakamura attacks Ricochet. Ricochet returns the favor. Ricochet attacks Shinsuke Nakamura in the open, which was a bad decision because he got attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura right before he went out with his triple threat match for the number one contendership for the Intercontinental Championship between Bronson Reed and Chad Gable. Now, did that cause him to lose? Probably not, because damn, that spot when Bronson Reed Irish whipped both of them over the ropes to the outside was something to behold. He's really nailed down that tsunami. That shit is fantastic. I'm a huge Bronson Reed fan. I'm not upset that he's about to get a match against Gunther because that's going to be two big, meaty men slapping meat. They're going to beat the shit out of each other. And I'm always here for those. And, of course, Drew McIntyre beats J.D. McDonough. McDonough had been forced to take care of Drew McIntyre by the Judgment Day or else. And why did Dominic come out with him? Okay, all right, fine. Maybe because Finn Balor's, he did say he was tired of him too. So they went ahead and, of course, Drew McIntyre beat McDonough. And once again, I'm going to say I very much like this Drew McIntyre. I'm not going to help you. I don't understand Like, it shouldn't matter who he beats for the championship. But, like, I guess it makes sense. I don't want another person that's a member of a group to control the show. But at the same time, bro, like, it doesn't make sense. You should have just let him try to cash in. But, I mean, I guess it's kind of what you had to do with, since you were going to have this part anyway, and they were going to attempt to cash in, then I guess, okay, let's go ahead and attempt to cash in when Seth is perfectly fine. You could have just made him Super Seth to fend him off, and he could bounce out or something. Oh man, I skipped Ivar and Kofi Kingston's Viking Rules match. That was one hell of a banger. I'm sorry that the shields around the ring are really starting to grow on me for these matches. I'm glad that Ivar is not, on the back burner at this point, which happens a lot when you are a tag team and one of your guys get hurt. A lot of times the other partner sits in catering for most of the time until the other one returns. So thank you for continuing to use Ivar. I've always kind of liked the gimmick. It works. It's entertaining. I think if you push them the right way, they are perfectly serviceable, undisputed tag team champions. So why not go for it? I mean, obviously you can't right now because his partner's hurt, but it's there. I think you push them right, and you actually pull the trigger when you push them right. They could be awesome tag team champions. Becky Lynch defeated Tegan Nox to retain the NXT Women's Championship. And wow. If you forgot about Tegan Nox, she reminded you last night. Last night. She got a big opportunity on Raw against Becky Lynch, as she did not take the championship from Becky Lynch, but wow, she took it to the man, nearly defeating her multiple times, showing that she belongs, and this is why Becky Lynch is the NXT Women's Champion, because she wants to give back, and this is the easiest way in that company to give back, is to have NXT's Women's Championship, because now you're wrestling everybody. You can give anybody a shot whenever you want. There's no rules and regulations pertaining to the draft with NXT. So awesome. Awesome showing by Tegan Nox. Let's just not forget about her. I like that they showed Natty too. Maybe we get a nice vicious heel turn from Natty. We haven't really seen one of those from Natty. We've seen her as a heel, sure, but not like the vicious heel that we know that she can be. And then in the main event, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso defeated Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to retain the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Good match overall. I thoroughly enjoyed Raw. I mean, there might be a few things I would have changed the opening completely. Seth would have been wrapped to the nines shoulder with kinesio tape, regular wrap around the ribs, maybe a knee brace on. Because then you could have salvaged Shinsuke Nakamura then. It wouldn't have done as much damage overall to Shinsuke. I think if Seth Rollins would have came out wrapped like a mummy, not literally like a mummy because that would be ridiculous, but wrapped the hell up. A brace on the knee, ribs taped up, kinesio tape all up here on the shoulder blades and neck area. They really could have sold how devastating it was for Seth Rollins to take on Shinsuke Nakamura and then show Shinsuke not that messed up. Because Seth took all the big bumps anyway. Except for the finish and stuff. But you could have at least wrapped the boy up, damn it. Jeez. It's 20 minutes in the trainer's room to do this. Make it believable. Make me believe that Shinsuke whooped your ass 3 days ago. 3 days ago. I also wouldn't have done the fake cash in either. This is why the whole opening I would have done completely differently. I wouldn't have done the fake cash in. Why are you going to do it tonight? You should Damian Priest should still be hurt too. He got hit with a briefcase in the knee on Saturday after it had already been worked on. If I do remember properly or correctly, it had already been worked on throughout the match because he's big, he's tall. Why not work on the knee? And then JD McDonough hit him in the briefcase. Like, he should have been sitting there still not challenging for it. He shouldn't have been 100% either. Like, this segment made no sense. Other than, like, they could have chopped it down or something, but, like, there were things I would have taken out of it. Other than that, great show overall. I thought Raw was fantastic. I thought all of this wrestling this week was fantastic. Collision was good. Dynamite was good. Rampage was good. SmackDown was good. Fastlane was good. Jesus, Raw was good. Ugh, what a time to be a wrestling fan. Well, Buckle Brigade, we are getting close to 7 o'clock. We are going to be finishing up this Bruise Cruise edition of To The Turnbuckle with a few questions alleviated by our good friend Logan Morris making this fantastic rundown. Just a couple of questions about the Tuesday Night War. Which one will I be watching? More than likely Dynamite Title Tuesday. I was thinking about doing a watch long. I'm still undecided. Maybe, maybe not. It takes a lot to talk about wrestling for this long alone. But we'll see. We'll see. But definitely, either way, Title Tuesday. If I don't do the watch along, I will be watching both because I can. Is WWE being petty with the way that they loaded this card? No, I don't think so. You're counter-programming at this point. It's a one-off. If anything, Dynamite got pushed to Tuesday for playoffs, for the Major League Baseball playoffs. So it's a one-off, but you got to show, like, it's NXT's night. Tuesday is their night. Wednesday is Dynamite. So you got to counter-program. You have to. You're not doing your job if you don't. So I don't think they're being petty. They are counter-programming, which is what you do. I am quite sure that The Undertaker is going to show up at the end of NXT this evening, so stay tuned to that while you're watching Adam Copeland have a fantastic debut match against Luchasaurus. And there'll probably be some shenanigans and stuff going on. I mean, NXT overruns a lot. Tony Khan has already stated that he's asking for an overrun. He said that at least the first 30 minutes are commercial free. So take that for what you will. Will he buy more commercial free time? Like, this is getting ridiculous. Bunch of billionaires playing with their toys. Bunch of jerks. I mean, I love your guys' products, and you're not terrible people. I mean, Triple H and Tony, Vince, I mean, I've never met you. Stories aren't good, but I haven't met you in person, but the stories aren't good. They're not. Sorry, but they're not. With that, Buckle Brigade, thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of To The Turnbuckle, part of the Bruiser Nation Podcast Network, a division of Snapmare Productions. And once again, thank you, Logan Morris, Travis Napper, for being a part of this journey with me. Thank you, Steve, Wally, and Dave for joining the Bruiser Nation Podcast Network to try to help all of us grow. We can all eat if we all work together. Thank you guys so much for putting so much trust in me on the podcasting space, on the broadcasting space, and everything else that we do together. Big things are happening for us here at the Bruiser Nation Podcast Network, a division of Snapmare Productions. What match are you looking forward to the most tonight? Let me know in the comments during these last couple minutes or after if anyone decides to watch. And special thank you to all of you watching, listening, however you consume To The Turnbuckle, Red Flag, Loss of Down, all of the members of the Bruiser Nation Podcast Network, a division of Snapmare Productions. We thank you for giving us your time listening to what we have to say about this crazy world of pro wrestling, football, racing. I mean, you name it, we got it over here on the Bruiser Nation Podcast Network. Check us out on all of your favorite podcasting apps, multiple YouTube pages. Go to the Snapmare Productions YouTube page. We got To The Turnbuckle podcast on there. We have our ASWA broadcast on there. Speaking of the ASWA, in Mansfield, Ohio, this Saturday, doors open, 6 o'clock. Show starts at 7. ASWA Shocktober Showdown. Robbie Collins will be taking on status symbol member Asylum. Madman Fulton. Oh, that's for the World Championship. Madman Fulton returns from Impact. I'm assuming he was in Impact when he was gone, but Madman Fulton returns to the ASWA to try to get the Universal Championship away from Nick Brutal. Our good friend, 6'9" and oh so fine, Marcus Scott takes on Colton Quinn in a grudge match that started at the merch tables. Colton Quinn's kind of our dude too. We get along with a lot of these guys. They don't do anything to us. What they do to each other, it's none of our business. We're there to broadcast it. So if you're in the area or Mansfield adjacent this Saturday, October 14th, come out, get a taste of some indie wrestling. Indie wrestling is where everybody starts most of the time until the NIL started. But anyway, indie wrestling is the lifeblood of professional wrestling. A lot of talent comes from there. With that, Buckle Brigade, Bruiser Nation, Snapmare heads, stay good, because I'm always good.